Today's topic is linear equation and graphing in XY plane. So what do you understand by linear equation? Linear equation. So if in an expression, the highest power of the variable is 1, then the expression will be called linear. Let us take linear means highest power of variable is 1. Highest power of variable is 1. Okay. Let us take few examples in which highest power of variable is 1. So our first example will be ax plus b. Okay. So the variable is x and a and b are arbitrary constants here. Okay. So the highest power of variable is 1 here. For example, 2x plus 3y plus 7z. This is a linear expression in which highest power of the variable is 1. So these are not equations because I didn't use equal to sign anywhere. If we will equate two algebraic expressions and try to get the value of variables which can satisfy that particular condition, then only we will get the equation. For example, I have an algebraic expression 2x plus 3 and another expression 3 minus 2x. If I will equate them, means for some value of x they are equal, then I will say this becomes an equation. So let us try to write the general format for linear equation in two variables. Linear equation in two variables. So any equation of the form ax plus by is equal to c, where a comma b comma c are real numbers. Okay, and a is not equal to 0 or b is not equal to 0. Now there is a question, what happens if a is equal to 0 as well as b is equal to 0? Means both the arbitrary constants that are attached associated with x and y will become 0. Let us try to make them 0. It will become 0x plus 0y is equal to c. So it will become nothing but 0 is equal to c. Think if c is not equal to 0. Think if c is not equal to 0. Let us give any value to the c. Say c is equal to 1. Okay. Then it will become 0 is equal to 1, which is meaningless. That's why I have written either a is not equal to 0 or b is not equal to 0, where a is called the coefficient of x, and b is called coefficient of y, and c is called constant term. Okay. So either the coefficient of x will be not equal to 0 or the coefficient of y will be not equal to 0. Okay. Let us write the linear equation in one variable, then we will again come to the linear equations in two variables. So linear equation in one variable. The general form of linear equation in one variable is ax plus b is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. Okay. If a becomes 0, then again b will be 0. If b is not equal to 0, then there is again problem. The same problem happening before will happen again. Okay. Let us take one example of linear equation in one variable. Say this is 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay. Can you think some value of x which when plugged in at place of x will satisfy this equation? Means will make both the left hand side as well as right hand side equal. So you will say ki, sir, it will be 2. This implies 2 into 2 minus 4 is equal to 0. This implies 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. This implies 0 is equal to 0. Oh, it satisfies the equation. So, is there any speciality in this 2? Is there any special name of this 2? Yes, there is a name. This 2 is called the solution of the linear equation. Means the value of x which when plugged into the equation will make left hand side as well as right hand side equal, will be the solution of the equation. Hope it is clear to you. Let us take one more example. Say 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. Can you think some value of x which makes this equal to 0? You must have solved this kind of problems in your previous classes. This problem appears like this: 5 times blank minus 3 is equal to 0. Initially, we have to eliminate this 5. So multiply by 5 can be eliminated by dividing it by 5. So we can cancel this 5. Now I need 3. So I can place numerator as 3. Is that okay? So at place of x, we can plug in 3 by 5 so that this equation will become, this 5 can be cancelled, eliminated, 3 minus 3 will become 0. This implies 0 is equal to 0. So 3 by 5 is a solution of this equation star. Is that okay? So is there any general way to find the solution of linear equation in one variable? Yes. Answer is yes. So let us try to find the solution of ax plus b is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. Okay. So to remove this plus b, we can add minus b on both sides, which is the additive inverse of b. So ax plus b plus minus b is equal to 0 plus minus b. So it will become ax b plus minus b will become 0. So no need to write 0. It will become ax is equal to minus b. Now since a is not equal to 0, I have mentioned above, then the multiplicative inverse of a exists. So I can multiply both sides by 1 by a, which is the multiplicative inverse of a. So it will become 1 by a times ax is equal to 1 by a times minus b. So a can be eliminated. A multiplied by its inverse will give you the multiplicative identity, which is nothing but 1. So 1 times x is x will be equal to minus b by a. This is 1, right? 1 times x is x. So x will be minus b by a. Is that okay? Now let us think, can we plot this on the number line? Yes, definitely yes. Let us take a number line, right? Number line will look like this. Yes. So this is the origin, or we can say it is frame of reference. So we will fix a unit distance. Then the same distance will appear like this. Then the same distance will appear like this. This -1, -2, -3. Every time we have to take the unit length jump. On the left hand side as well as on the right hand side, we can do the same. So let us take some example and plot the solution on the number line. So let us take 3x minus 12 is equal to 0. So by adding 12 on both sides, it will become 3x minus 12 plus 12 will become 0. And this is 0 plus 12 is 12. So x will be equal to, now dividing both sides by 3. X will become 4. Yes, like this, you can divide both sides by. So x is equal to 4 will be here. Yes, no? So you can just plot this point and this is the solution. This is geometric representation of solution of linear equation in one variable. Yes. So let us take one more example. If a by b is equal to 7, then find the value of 4 times b by a. Yes. How can we solve this? We have given a by b and we have asked 4 times b by a. You can clearly see the reciprocal of a by b is b by a. So we will just suppose a by b is equal to 7. We will consider this. This implies taking reciprocal on both sides. The reciprocal of 7 is 1 by 7. So b by a will become 1 by 7. Now we can multiply both sides by 4 to get 4 times b by a. So it will become 4 times b by a is equal to 4 times 1 by 7, which is nothing but 4 by 7. So this is the value of 4 times b by a. Is that okay? Hope it is clear to you. Now let us move to the another problem. Okay. So for example, if 3x minus 7 is equal to 10, then the value of 3x plus 12. It's okay. So we can clearly see कि See, 3x plus 12, right? And this is 3x minus 7. First of all, we have to remove this minus 7. So we need to add 7 on both sides. Then we have to create plus 12 on both sides. So 7 plus 12 is 19. So directly we can add 19 on both sides. It will become 3x minus 7 plus 19 is equal to 10 plus 19, which is becomes 3x plus 12 is equal to 19. Is that okay? Now let us take one more example. Okay. For example, if m plus 1 is equal to 5 times m minus 1 divided by 3, then 1 by m is. Okay. So in this particular question, you can clearly see this is m plus 1. This is 5 times m minus 1 divided by 3. So here is 3. But in the left side, there is 1 in the denominator. So can we make denominator on both sides equal? Just by multiplying and dividing the numerator of the left hand side by 3. So we will just get, this is 3 times m plus 1. We will use distributivity over there. It will become 3m plus 3 is equal to 5m minus 5. Now we will separate variables and constants on both the sides. So this is plus 3m. It can be eliminated by adding minus 3m on both sides. So 3 will become 5m minus 5 minus 3m. Now I have to eliminate this minus 5. So I will just add plus 5 on both sides. Okay. So this 5 can be cancelled or it will become 0. This means 2m is equal to 8. This implies m is equal to 4 by dividing both sides by 2. So 1 by m will be the reciprocal of 4, which is 1 by 4. Hope it is clear to you. Now let us move to the linear equations in two variables. Linear equations in two variables. Okay. So we know that general format of linear equations in two variables is this. Yes. Where either a is not equal to 0 or b is not equal to 0. Yes. So we have seen that in the linear equations in one variable, we get a unique solution over there, which is x is equal to minus b by a, which we can say minus of constant term. If constant term is given on the left hand side upon coefficient of x. This is the solution. Yes, no? Solution means the value of x which satisfies the equation. Let us consider an example. Say x plus y is equal to 5. Can you tell me a pair of x and y? This is a pair which is called ordered pair. Ordered pair means I have written x at the first place and then y at the second place. I cannot write like y comma x. These two entities are not equal in general. If x is equal to y, then definitely they will become equal. But in general, they are not equal. For example, 1, 2 will not be equal to 2, 1. If you will write like 2, 2 will be equal to 2, 2. Means if x is equal to y, then x, y will become y, x. If both x and y are equal. Is that okay? So can you think some ordered pairs which satisfies the given equation? You will say ki just plug in the value of x as 0 and value of y as 5. So 0 plus 5 is equal to 5. Okay. 0, 5 will give you 0 plus 5 is equal to 5. Yes, no? This is 0 plus 5. So I can remove from the screen. Okay. So can you think some more pairs? Yes. 1 plus 4 can give you 5. Only 2 are possible or more are possible? Yes, more are possible. Like 1 plus 4 we have already done. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. 5 plus 0 is equal to 5. 7 plus minus 2 is equal to 5. So how many such ordered pair will be there? There are infinite many such ordered pairs will be there. So now let us try to plot linear equation in two variables on the graph. Okay. So take equation like 2x plus 3y is equal to 6. Okay. For the simplicity to get the values of x and y, can I just plug in x is equal to 0? So we will get 2 times 0 plus 3 times y is equal to 6. So after solving this, we will get 3y is equal to 6 means y is equal to 2. Now we got a ordered pair 0, 2 which satisfies the given equation. Now put y is equal to 0. So we will get 2x plus 3 times 0 is equal to 6. This means 2x is equal to 6 implies x is equal to 3. So again we will get a ordered pair 3, 0 over there. How many such ordered pairs we can get? We can get definitely infinite many such ordered pairs as we have already discussed above. So let us plot two perpendicular lines like this. One is this line, mutually perpendicular to each other. We will call one as x axis and another as y axis. Okay. So this is my origin. This is x axis. This is y axis. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. This is -1, -2. This is -1. This is -2 and so on. Yes. So initially we have to plot x. We can move 0 to On x-axis we have to move 0. So we already have moved 0. Then on the y-axis we have to move 2. So this is 0, 2. Okay. And another point we have is 3, 0. Okay. So let us suppose we have a general point on the Cartesian plane. This is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. So this point is A, B. Okay. So we have moved A units on the x-axis and B units on the y-axis. This particular length is B and this particular length is A. Okay. So we have moved, we are at a length of A unit away from y-axis. And we are at a length of B units away from the x-axis. A units away from the y-axis. Okay. So 0 units away from the x-axis and y-axis and 2 units away from the x-axis will give you 2, 0. And 3 units away from y-axis and 0 units away from x-axis will give you 3, 0. So by joining these points, we will get a line like this. Yes. So we can make it better like this. It will pass through both these points. Means every point on this particular line will be a solution of this equation. I can mention here, this is 2x plus 3y is equal to 6. Every point on the number line will be a solution of this equation, and every ordered pair satisfying 2x plus 3y is equal to 6 will lie on this line. Yes. So how many points are there on the number line? Infinite many points on the number line. So how many solutions of this equation exists? Infinite many solutions will exist. So every linear equation in two variable always have infinite many solutions. Yes. So we can note it down. Every linear equation in two variable always have infinite many solutions. Every point lying on the number line will be the solution, and every ordered pair satisfying the given condition will be the solution of that linear equation and will lie on the line. Yes. So let us take some examples. Example 1. If S is equal to 2x plus t upon R, okay, then x is equal to what? So we have to get the value of x, which is here, right? So this whole expression have been divided by R. So we can just remove this particular R from the denominator by multiplying both sides by R. So it will become RS. If I will multiply both sides by R, then left hand side will become RS. If I will multiply right hand side by R, it will become R times 2x plus t divided by R. I can get rid of this R. Now this plus t can be removed by subtracting t from both the sides. So it will become Rs minus t is equal to 2x. Okay. Now I can remove this 2. So it will become x is equal to rs minus t. Dividing both sides by 2 will get me this particular expression. So I get the value of x as rs minus t by 2. Okay. Let us think, if a person goes to a shopkeeper and the shopkeeper gives him first pen for 50 rupees, and after that he gives every pen for 40 rupees. Okay. Let us suppose he have bought x number of pens. Total number of pen bought is equal to x. Okay. Amount to be paid by the person to the shopkeeper will be. So amount will be equal to, let us say amount is y rupees. Okay. So we can clearly say y will be equal to, he have paid 50 rupees for the first pen. So 50 rupees already have been paid. Total pens, he bought x pens. And for one pen, he have already made the payment. So how many pens are remained? One less than the x. So it will become x minus 1. For every pen, he have paid a 40 rupees. Yes, no? So this will become y is equal to 50 plus 40x minus 40. By just multiplying this 40 to both of these using distributive property. So y will become 40x plus 10. This 40 represents the price of every pen after getting first pen. Okay. So this is the particular form. We will study the slope intercept form. Before that, let us try to introduce what do you understand by slope. Slope. So slope is basically the change in one variable with respect to the another variable. The change in value of one variable with respect to the change in value of another variable. Let us say if y changes from 3 to 7 and x changes from 2 to 4. Let us find the change in y with respect to change in x. So y changes from 3 to 7. So change in y is equal to 7 minus 3 after minus initial, which is 4. Change in x, it will be 4 minus 2, which is 2. So the change in y with respect to change in x will simply gives you change in y upon change in x will be 4 by 2, which is 2 by 1. Means for every unit change in x, y value will be changed by 2. Means y changes twice faster as compared to x. Can I say? Let us plot this on the graph. Say we have this Cartesian plane. This is my y-axis, this is my x-axis. So x1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So y changes from 3 to 7. Initially x was 2 and y was 3. Can I say that we have a point 2 comma 3 initially? So we can plot the point 2 comma 3 here. This is my point 2 comma 3. After that x changes to 4 and y changes to 7. This point will be somewhat here, which is 4 comma 7. If I will join these points by a straight line, it will be somewhat like this. Yes. So I need to get the change in y with respect to change in x. So let me draw perpendiculars like this. I can join this. Yes. Can I say that y changes from 3 to 7? Change in y is 7 minus 3. Since this is a rectangle, so this is also 7 minus 3. And this changes from 2 to 4, which is 4 minus 2. So can I say this is 4 minus 2? Yes. So change in y. Can I say this is rise? And this is run. Rise means change in y. Run means change in x. So our slope will be equal to rise over run. Okay. So to find the slope, we have to find rise over run. So in general, we can get the formula for slope by using this Cartesian system. Let us say this is some point x1 comma y1. Say this point is P, and this is point Q. Say x2 comma y2. By joining these by a straight line. So what do you understand by slope of PQ? Slope of PQ will be equal to, what is rise? Rise is change in value of y. So y value changes from y1 to y2. So it will be y2 minus y1. Okay. So you can clearly see this particular length is y2 minus y1. And this particular length is x2 minus x1. So this is change in x, x2 minus x1. So what is my rise? Rise is y2 minus y1. What is my run? Run is x2 minus x1. So slope will be in general rise over run, which is nothing but y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Is that okay? Yes. So if this value is positive, we will say slope is positive. If this value is negative, we will say slope is negative. Let us understand what we understand by positive slope and negative slope. So, positive slope. Okay. So, if y will increase, y increase as x increase, and y decreases as x decreases, we will say we will get the positive slope, right? How? If y increases, means y becomes 2 to 5, y increases, then x minus 1 to 3, x also increases from negative to positive. So what is my rise? Rise is basically 5 minus 2, which is 3. What is my run? Run 3 minus of minus 1, which is nothing but 4. This is my rise. This is my run. So slope is 3 by 4. We will get positive slope. Y decreases, means 5 to it becomes 2. And x decreases, means 7 to 1. How much y decreases? 2 minus 5, which is minus 3. This minus shows decrease in y. 1 minus 7. This is decrease in x, which is 6 units decrease in x. Okay. So what is my rise? Actually, this rise is negative. Okay. And this run is also negative. So we can get minus 3 by minus 6, which is again positive 1 by 2, which is positive. Yes. So we will get slope when the direct relation between rise and run follows. Means as y increases, x increases. When y decreases, x decreases. Is that okay? So let us understand what about negative slope. Okay. Negative slope means there is inverse relation between rise and run. So as y increases, x decreases. Y decreases, x increases. You can clearly take some examples. This is changes from 2 to 4. This decreases 3 to 2. So change rise over run. So you can clearly see rise is 4 minus 2, run is 2 minus 3. It will become 2 by minus 1, which is negative. Okay. In this case, you can analyze on your own, right? So what happens if there is no rise? There is only run. Think. If y goes from same point to same point, it can be 5 to 5. No change in y. But x changes. This is change in y. And x changes from 3 to 5. It can be positive or negative as well. Okay. So rise over run will be 5 minus 5 over 5 minus 3, which is 0 by 2, which is 0. This is so-called zero slope. What do you understand by zero slope? Or slope is 0 at that time. If there is no rise, only run will be there. means y will become constant. Y will become constant. Okay. What happens if run will not change? Only rise will change. Say if y changes from 3 to 5, but run will be 7 to 7. No run. When y changes 3 to 5, but x do not changes. So in this particular interval of time, rise over run will become, definitely it is slope. Okay. So this is 5 minus 3 over 7 minus 7, which is 2 by 0. Some non-zero quantity divided by 0 will be not defined. Undefined slope. When we will get undefined slope? If x is constant. X is constant. Means there is no change in value of x. Okay. When slope is 0, then the line will be somewhat like this. This is my Cartesian plane. Yes. This is my line. Line will be parallel to the x-axis. There is no rise. Okay. If line is parallel to y-axis, then there will be no run. Let us make a line. Yes. There is no run. Previously, there was no rise. Okay. Hope it is clear to you. Thank you.